The footage that I caught of the Raritan Bay. It's getting pretty strong. It's getting pretty bad out here. The winds, so far, I feel like they're sustained at about 20, gusting to about 30 to 35 miles an hour. You can see by how the bushes sway, how strong the wind is, and it's only going to get stronger from here. The camera, I mean, it doesn't, when it captures wind, it's just like, it goes so loud, so I do apologize if my voice is not coming through well, but, this is just incredible, and I mean, I'm lucky enough to have actually come here this morning, because I know some people are going to evacuate, or I'm sure they're going to close this park down in a matter of hours. But, stick around, ladies and gentlemen, as I keep continuing to capture, the storm. It hasn't rained yet, but all of that will change. And, just keep enjoying, keep watching, and hopefully I'm able to get some more beautiful footage and pictures. I'm continuing to follow the latest reports regarding Hurricane Sandy. The governor just came on and basically, the governor of New Jersey, Chris Christie, just came on and explained, that this is going to be a dangerous storm. We shouldn't be stupid enough to go outside and risk getting killed. This is a dangerous storm that we should never underestimate, much like Hurricane Irene last year. And watching the weather report, they brought up something very interesting, that this storm, Hurricane Sandy, is the biggest storm on record in terms of the size of the system. It spans over almost 1,000 miles. That's pretty much the eastern seaboard there for you. So this is once in a lifetime, and it's a historic storm. I do have a lot of cool to actually, record, probably from my house. Obviously, I'm not gonna go outside, but just capturing the wind and the rain pounding on my house is just good enough.
About these hurricanes. Back in the days when we didn't have satellite and radar, 9 out of the 10 fatalities in a hurricane were due to the storm surge. Now those percentages have come down, but that just underscores how dangerous the storm surge is. You have a cubic yard of water weighing nearly a ton, and you can only imagine what that water does when it moves. And that's why storm surge is so powerful, and that's going to be the biggest problem in this storm. Amy Freeze is going to have many more details on this most dangerous aspect coming up in just a minute. Tropical storm conditions are going to be starting late tonight. Hurricane conditions by late Monday into Monday night. We're talking damaging wind, major coastal flooding, and heavy rain, and we'll get many more details on the specifics of the storm as we head during the next 5 minutes or so. Coastal flood advisory, coastal flood warning in effect until Tuesday at 3 p.m. We're talking about this starting tonight, lasting 3 days, will be at least that of a Category 2 storm, partly because it's such a huge storm. It covers such a huge area of the ocean. It's putting all this water into motion. And the pressure is very low as well, down to basically what you'd see in a Category 3 hurricane. It's going to be moving off to the northeast and then make that sharp left-hand hook off to the west as we head into the day tomorrow. And by tomorrow night at 8 p.m., it's probably about 85 miles, 100 miles southeast of Atlantic City, probably rapidly moving at that point, so making a landfall late tomorrow night between 10 p.m. and midnight, and then slowing down as it moves over parts of Pennsylvania. We're expecting sustained winds around the time of landfall, probably between about 70 and 80 miles per hour. Already wave heights of 13 feet just off of Sandy Hook, a few miles offshore, 17-foot waves just off of the Delmarva, and you can only imagine how high these are going to get when the actual center of Sandy nears the coast. We have 37-foot waves right now being reported by some of the buoys here near the center of the storm. The waves, the storm surge, going to be the deadliest aspect, the most dangerous aspect of this particular storm, and Amy Freeze has much more on that.
Cold air gets infused into warm air, and we know what happens when we get cold air slamming into very warm, steamy air off the Atlantic and from the Gulf. We get that in the springtime, we get that in the fall with fronts, and that creates a tremendous amount of volatile weather. It's a concoction, a prescription for some nasty thunderstorms, tornadic activities possible. All of that will be with this system as it keeps moving northward. So here are the wave heights. You're going to have so much rain that it's going to come in. You're talking about millions of cubic feet of water. Those streams, the Millstone, the Ramapo, the Raritan, all of those are pretty shallow. It doesn't take a whole lot to fill those up. Then you're going to have the tributaries to the north in northern New York State that funnel into that. So in New Jersey, it's a very unique geographic location in that it doesn't take a whole lot of water to create a lot of flooding. And then that goes downstream. Then you get into the Bound Brook area, and you get further south toward Mercer County. And so that is going to be a big problem for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the place, location where I am at right now, what you see in front of the screen. This is the Raritan River, which leads to, you know, obviously the Raritan Bay, where I was earlier this morning. This is the part of my town where it will flood the most. You know, this is a very low-lying area. I don't, you know, you could see that there's nothing, no levees that will try to hold the water back once the surge and the onflow of wind kicks up. The building that you see over there, this is the generator. This is where if we lose power, this is where all the power to my town is regulated. You can see the grids and the power lines in the distance. But you know, I'm certainly going to come back to this place. I'm also going to come back to the waterfront park where I was earlier, you know, just to show you the comparison between today and possibly Wednesday or whatever earliest I can get out of here and survey the damage, if there is any damage. you see here, I'm right here near the edge of the river here. You know, you could see for yourself. You know, there's no levees. There's nothing. No, that you could. There's no protection from these houses right over here from any storm surges or floods. This is another view of the Raritan River. You could tell where some of the erosion was, because look at where the fence is planted in relation to this area here. This was most likely, you know, probably, I highly doubt it was probably from Irene. Maybe it was, but I'm sure a lot of these chunks of ground is gonna go away once Sandy hits.